Welcome to Coach's Corner, presented by Conditioned Air. Mike Kelly, joined by the head coach of the Florida Everblades, Brad Ralph, and the Everblades back home after 3 games in Allen, Texas. The Everblades taking one of those games. How would you describe that road trip?
Yeah, it was a disappointing road trip at the end. We had a win on Wednesday, kind of a shootout, 8-5 I think was the score. We came back, we probably let our foot off the gas Friday, and they were much better, so they earned the win Friday. And Saturday was a close game. One I thought should have went our way, but it didn't. So kind of indicative of how we've been playing here the last month and a half, just very inconsistent and not really Everblades hockey. So disappointing, but it's on us to find our game and get back to it.
One guy that found his game was Cody McDonald. Scored a hat trick in the game on Wednesday night. His first 3 goals of the year. Yeah,
about time, right? No, Cody's he was obviously injured there for an extended period of time. Hard worker, he's a guy that does a lot of the little things: penalty kill, face-offs, finishing his checks, fighting, a lot of little things that don't always show up on the scoreboard. So it's always nice when you see a guy like that put the puck in the net.
Everblades making a couple moves last week as well, bringing in defenseman Xavier Pouliot and forward Carson Folk. What do you expect from those guys?
Well, it's always unfortunate when you've got to trade players. For me, I feel like I failed the players a little bit, so it's difficult. Looking forward, we brought Carson Folk in. He's a very talented. He's got great speed, high-end skill. He plays with a little jam, so I think he's going to be a big boost for our group, for our top 6. And Xavier Pouliot, another big body. He's a very physical defenseman. He's coming from U Sports in Ontario, and it's going to take him a little bit of time to get acclimated to our style and the league. But hopefully he brings, just a big physical presence on the back end.
Kansas City Mavericks in town here tonight, and former associate head coach Tad O'Had leading the troops. 4 former Everblades on the lineup as well. What do you expect from the Mavericks?
Yeah, it's going to be fun playing Tad and a lot of our former players. So we'll be familiar with them, to say the least. But they've got their top 2 lines are very good, very fast, very skilled. I think their defense is okay, and they've got a great goaltender in Shane Starrett. So they played Idaho last weekend and played extremely well. It was a tight game, 2 tight games. So I'm more focused on our team, trying to get our game dialed in the way I know we can play. And I'm sure as the game progresses, as the series progresses against Kansas City, we'll make some changes to adjust to give us an advantage. But yeah, it should be exciting.
Should be a fun series. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome. That's the head coach of the Florida Everblades, Brad Ralph, and the Mavericks and the Everblades straight ahead here at Hertz Arena.